So what can you expect for £750? Well, most bikes at this price will come with an aluminium frame and a carbon fibre fork. And people buy bikes at £750 for different reasons. Some people will be buying their first road bike, other people will be buying an upgrade to an existing cheaper bike, and more experienced riders might be looking for a reliable winter bike to mean that they can save their carbon fibre pride and joy for best days. Now, with most frames being aluminium at this price, the biggest difference between different brands tends to be the components that the bike comes with. So the more established brands, such as Specialized, tend to come with a lower tier group set, such as Shimano Sora, whereas some other brands, such as those that operate a direct sales business, such as B-Twin or Planet X, tend to come with much higher quality group sets. So what should you look for? Well, the first thing is a good frame with a really good warranty, and most reputable brands will offer really good warranties on their frames. The next thing is the geometry of the frame that you're interested in. So broadly speaking, there are two different types. There's relaxed geometry and there's more sporty geometry. And this all depends on the length of the top tube and the height of the steerer tube. So a longer, lower bike is more suited to aggressive riding and racing, whereas a taller, shorter bike is a more upright position, which is better for long days in the saddle and beginners. After the frame, the next thing you should be looking for is the group set that comes with your bike. Now, the group set is a collective term that refers to the gears and brakes. Now, the spectrum of group sets that comes on £750 bikes is quite broad and generally starts at Shimano Sora, which is a lower tier group set, and goes all the way through Shimano Tiagra and up to Shimano 105 and SRAM Rival as well on some bikes. So if you can, shop around and see if you can find a bike with Shimano 105 on, such as this, because it really does make a lot of difference. But with regards to the group set, make sure you pay careful attention to exactly what you're getting, because £750 is obviously very competitive, so brands do tend to swap out components here and there. And this is commonly, you'll see the chain set, such as in this case, has been swapped for a slightly lower spec version, and also brakes tend to get swapped out as well. The next thing you should be thinking about is the gearing that comes with your bike. Now, at this price, bikes tend to have quite easy gears because most of the people buying them are beginners. So another thing to look for, which has become common, is a long cage rear mech. Now, this is great because this means you can put a 32-tooth cassette, and in fact a lot of £750 bikes come with 32-tooth cassettes now. The reason for a 32 cassette with a massive ring on the back is that it makes hills a lot easier, and if you're a beginner or you're going to be riding in a lot of hilly terrain, it's very useful. Up front, you can often expect a compact chain set or a triple chain set. Now, the next thing you should be looking at is wheels and tyres. Now, at this price, it's unlikely that you're going to get an amazing set of wheels, but what you should be looking for is something that is, if at least heavy, robust and strong, and is going to last a long time. Now, also with regards to tyres, you should try and get a bike that's got 25mm tyres on as standard. It means you don't have to upgrade. 25mm tyres offer a much nicer ride, and they're also faster too. With regards to the frame, make sure there's good tyre clearance as well. That means you can put wider tyres on if necessary. Having more clearance for wider tyres offers greater versatility should the need arise. Now, £750 is also a great amount of money to spend on a bike because most cycle to work schemes are capped at £1,000, and that therefore leaves you £250 to spend on those all-important accessories and clothing. You might be thinking, should I spend more money and get an entry-level carbon frame just over the £1,000 mark? Well, to be honest, I'd be inclined to say no, because entry-level carbon frames tend to be not really any better than a really good quality aluminium frame such as this, and there's no real danger of crashing this and cracking it. Now, the sport we love should not be prohibitively expensive, and £750 is most people's entry point into cycling. And the amount of money that you spend should not dictate the amount of fun that you have. So it's great to see that there are lots of amazing bikes that are really good fun to ride for £750. And that is what it's all about.